Hey, welcome back to another episode of AI Music Gear. Today I wanted to do part 2 of the Spark Go. The previous review I didn't have enough time in it to do the playthrough, so you get to actually hear the amp in a mix. So I went ahead and did that, which is following me talking here. There's going to be the in the mix, then I've isolated it with just the guitar, and then there's another version of the song with just the guitar and the drums with no bass. So you can hear the differences and basically which amp I used on the channels. It'll be displayed on the screen. I just want to go over some of my struggles actually with trying to use this as an audio interface before you get into hearing the mix. So what I did notice the first the first video, which I'll put a link probably somewhere up here, yeah, up there. So I'll put a link up there to the previous video if you didn't catch it, where you were hearing the Spark Go out of the USB going into my Windows laptop. And when I got home and I listened to it because I was traveling at the time, I noticed there were some different fluctuations of the sound where it would sound like maybe like compression was kicking on or different, it was changing and it wasn't me. You would see I was playing guitar, then you would hear something change. So I don't know if there's a really bad delay in the, from the time you change a setting to when it actually kicks in, or if there was something going on with the Windows or with this. I don't know. I tried to use USB into my Mac here, my studio, and it didn't sound good. There was a lot of latency, and I couldn't quite figure out why. So it does have a 1/8 inch jack. So I went ahead and I plugged into the 1/8 inch jack and I ran that into my computer, and it sounded better, but it didn't sound great, which was deceiving because I would play it and it would sound good, and then it would sound decent through the speaker, and then when you actually record it, your playback was a little less distorted. So I thought, okay, well, I'll mitigate this I'll turn up the gain a little bit, and then we'll record. And each time I did that, the gain started to get a little more sloppy, and then the sound just fell apart. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe if some of you have actually used this and with success, better than I have, go ahead and drop me some comments and let me know. Because in a pinch, you can use it for an audio interface, but to market it as, something that you can use as an audio interface, I'd veer from it. I think you'd be better off just getting a cheap audio interface as opposed to trying to rely on this. But the plugins sound really good. So you might want to just get an audio interface, and some of the Positive Grid plugins are actually great. Not steering you away from this. This is the perfect travel amp if you're just want to, or go to the park, or just, on the go, you want to go jam in some friend's house, just like sit around the coffee table, whatever, write some songs. Perfect. It has some great sounds in it. The out of the box metal ones, there's like 3 rhythms and 1 lead, which at the time I believe the BE 101, I think I might have called that a Marshall. Marshall Modern, but I think that's actually a Friedman is what they were going for with that, but not 100% sure because, I'm not the creator of the product, but yeah, this is a great amp for that if you just want to take it and jam. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying to use this as an audio interface, thinking you're going to get great studio results. I was not able to. I got decent results. I didn't do any pre-processing with it. I didn't do any high cut, low cut, no EQ. There's nothing. So what you hear is just the preset, and I didn't even edit the preset. I just recorded with the presets as is. So that could have been some of the problem why the sound wasn't that great. But I did try to bump up the gain after I wasn't getting a great sound. It just sounded like there was a weak signal. So I'm wondering if when you're coming out of here, you almost need to go through some type of preamp to boost the signal a little bit, because what the sound that I was getting was almost like it just didn't have enough juice. Like you definitely, like if you ever used a microphone that should have had the phantom power on and you had it off and you had to crank the input level all the way and it's still kind of faint. That's what I got, where the distortion was kind of like almost if I had a dead battery when I recorded on my guitar, or if a microphone without the preamp. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much. So yeah, go ahead and check out the mix, and you'll hear it full mix, and then you'll hear the guitar isolated, and you'll see what I mean about the just the not quite overdriven sound that you hear coming out of the speaker when you actually, you know, get the sound that you want. You know, you would adjust your levels and get the sound that you want. Then when you record, you're not getting that sound, so that's a little discouraging. But so anyway, there you have it. I just wanted to cover this video because I told you guys that I would follow up with a playthrough, you know, so you can hear it in the mix. And I do want to say, for those of you that have already liked and subscribed, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. It's pretty awesome to see the channel growing so fast. We're pretty much into month 1, and just great to see so many so much positive feedback, and I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so, I would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Until then, we'll talk to you soon, and I think the next amp I'm going to be checking out, which I think I might have said in my first review where I covered the Mesa Boogie, was that I was going to check out the Rev, because they're very similar in cost, and I think that'd be a good head-to-head kind of. I'll do the Rev, and then I'll probably do a follow-up episode with them kind of shooting each other out. So anyway, thank you. Till next time, take care.